What is good? Today is October the 16th. I've been gone for a little minute. Let me bring up the dashboard, see how I've traded. Um, I haven't been recording my videos, but starting from last week, I did go 5 for 5. I was trading on the eval last week, so I didn't really care to record the videos. The week prior to that, I did lose all of my funded accounts, so I was starting back from square one. So once again, I didn't feel the need to record any videos. Yeah, let me just go to the list. But as we could see, I lost four times in a row. Lost all my funded accounts. This last past week, I won 5 trades in a row, and now I'm back on the funded. Yesterday, I yesterday I took a loss on ES. I don't know. I didn't put it here. 1 second. I'll actually fill this out live so y'all can see how I journal, I guess. But that's my loss. I wanted higher, but and I got it off the 15 minute. I'll just show you on the chart. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. This was ES. I wanted longs from up here. We touched into a 15-minute bullish present value gap, and we just fell through. NQ was lagging, so I'm tripping. I'm tripping my phone. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So right here we tap into this 15-minute bullish for value gap. I got in at the 50% CE. We just didn't show any continuation to the upside. I had my stops at this 1 minute bullish for value gap, but we just didn't end up reversing off of it. And let me show at the same time what was going on here. So when I had entered, yeah, it was right here. I thought we wanted higher for real because we were just trending above this 5 minute bullish gap. I thought we were going to tap into it just a tiny bit and then reverse off of it to our draws up above, probably all-time highs. And we had a 5 minute bull here. We had a 5 minute bull. We had a 5 minute bull. We had a 15 minute bullish for value gap. And I thought we were just lagging. We could see that right here, ES already dipped into this 15 minute bullish for value gap, but on NQ, we're still trending in this consolidation range that we see right here. And then we finally see that push downwards. And so right here, I was like, okay, this might be the continuation above, and we see that we tap into the 50% on NQ, and we kind of get a move upwards. And so I'm like, okay, maybe that is the move. For ES though, I did need us to flip this bearish for value gap for us to continue higher, but we just didn't end up doing that. So I did take a 12-point loss yesterday. But we are here for today's recap. So AMPA was terrible. It was non-tradable. We moved 60 points to the upside. We're chopping. Nothing I could really talk about. Anyways, we end up breaking out to the upside. We took out our London high. We took out previous day high. And we left this 5 minute bull or value gap untested, unfilled, unmitigated, whatever you want to call it. Thought process: if we can hold above, I will take longs upwards. If we close below, I will take shorts to the downside. And as we can see, we didn't really have any draws upwards. The only draw fill is all-time highs. And after we started making our move down, we can see that okay, wait, first of all, yeah, once we started making our move down, we could see that we flipped multiple bullish gaps. We flipped multiple bullish gaps already coming to the downside. So that was my first indicator that, like, okay, we might be able to move down. I didn't front run it because once again we do have a 5-minute gap below it. So I'm waiting for this 5 minutes to either flip or to hold to make my next move, and it ended up flipping. As it flipped, we did create a 1-minute bear value, and we see that we tapped into the bear value gap. We had a flush down. We tapped into this 1-minute bullish gap that was held from 9:30, and it's currently 10:06, so it was held for about 36 minutes. I was super worried. My SL was at this swing high, and we were like, how many points is that? 2.25 points away from getting stopped. But I got in below the bullish gap, so I just can't afford to risk more than like 25 points. I feel like if you're risking anything more than 30 points, I feel like that's a little bit much, but that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I didn't want to have a 40-point stop or a 47, 60. Yeah, that's just ridiculous to me. I had at this swing high, and we had diamond hands. You know, we had this initial flush, and we popped back up to the upside. We can see that this 1 minute was held. We did create a 1-minute bullish gap underneath it as well that we see was tested multiple times. I feel like a lot of people might have gotten faked out off of this move, you know, if you are getting in off of this 1-minute bullish gap. But what am I doing? But we were still respecting the bearish order flow and the change of character that we had to the downside. So I just let it hold, and we finally see a flush of this. Let me just get that out the way. But we finally see a flush of this 1-minute bullish gap, and we had that close under it, creating a 1-minute bullish inverted fair value gap. And I guess if you wanted a cleaner trade, would have been this to the downside. If you are looking for that close, it's essentially the same thing. But if you gotten off the close, it would have been here, which would have been a little bit, I don't know. I don't know. That's still a good trade, but yeah. I took it to the data wick low, and yeah, the trade hit. Initially coming into market, I did want us to clear this downside liquidity before we did make a move up. And since we didn't, I knew that we did have to come back down and tag it. Once again, right here, when we tagged into this data wick low, I thought that was another opportunity for us to, you know, just flush all of this extra liquidity. We have our London low, our Asia high marked out, and potentially I wanted to come tag our Asia lows as well, tap into this 4-hour bullish fair value gap that we have marked out, and see a rejection to the upside. That's essentially what I wanted, and we just left it behind. You know, we swept the data wick low. We had our expansion move to the upside, and we then reversed, and now we have our draws to the downside, and we have TP1, our data wick low, TP2, TP3, and maybe even a TP4 if you really want to hold it down to this level. But that was my trade for today. One second, y'all. I'm trying to find. Okay, here we are. So yeah, caught this trade today. Nice little 70 points to the downside. Yeah. Hope y'all caught a dub today. Hope y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for coming to watch.